Very warm welcome to Habit 17. Now, as always, first thing I'm going to do is just a recap of what we've done so far with the advanced habits. So the very first one, 12, is taking 100% responsibility for everything in your life. Okay, very good foundation for change and growth. Habit 13 is emotional freedom. That's starting to get rid of the emotional baggage which weighs us down, pulls us down the vibrational chart. Habit 14, emotional release tools. These are very simple tools to help us release this emotional baggage and use in our day-to-day life for anything that crops up. So we can just nip it in the bud, keep our vibration high. Habit 15, authenticity and values. We're using that to adjust our life so we're living a life of purpose and fulfillment by doing the things that we personally value very high and raise our energy. Habit 16, last night, is self-esteem and self-confidence. Okay, building our self-esteem, inner states and confidence so we feel good and we engage with the world more. Okay, now on tonight is habit 17, feel good now. Okay, now we'll get into the good stuff. The first 5 advanced habits are like building the foundations. Now we'll get into the really good stuff that's going to help us vibrate high. So the next 3, 17, 18 and 19 are all interlinked, all very similar. Then the last 3, 20, 21, 22 is like the icing and the cherries on top. Okay, so it's a lot lighter and it's the good stuff. Doing these habits will make you feel good. Hence the name and why this one's very, very important. Okay, so let's talk about buckets. Now, surprise, surprise, there's like a lot of the advanced habits. The primary buckets for this one is your emotional health and your mental health. Okay, because this about feeling good, we feel with our emotions, and when we feel good, generally our mental health is very good at the same time because our well-being increases. Now, the secondary bucket, we've got 3. Physical health, when we're feeling good, we have more energy. Our social health, when we're feeling really good, we tend to do more, interact more, and we interact more with the world, our light shines through, and our spiritual energy goes up. Okay, so this one is a biggie. 5 separate buckets out of the 8 buckets that we're affecting with this habit. Okay, so let's get into it. So we're going to be talking a lot about this chart because this is all about energy and vibrating high. Now, what we're going to do with 17 to 22, the last 6 habits, is we're going to rewire your neurological hardware in here to automatically vibrate high or feel good to vibrate higher, because it gets you up that chart, it feels good, and then the world around you start attracting better things into your life. This is it's science. It's the universal laws or the law of attraction. Okay, plus you feel wonderful, which is the whole point of this. Now, the bad news, if we look how society conditions us, when we're young children under the age of 7, life tends to be a bit of a joy for most of us, where we just go through the world with wonder. The world's a playground. If we're upset, bang a knee, we quickly get over it and then carry on. We've got no responsibility, and we run around high vibrational and joy generally. Okay, and then the world starts to condition us, telling us what to think, what to do, and starts to program us with lots of negativity. Okay, we've got the media, which is these days is 24/7, which is mostly propaganda to tell us about the terrorism, the wars, the inflation, problems. The wolf is coming to get us. It's just negativity, which is all, it's all controlled and purposely put out there and through social media. And of course, we're all trying to make the best of our lives, and it's nose to the grindstone, we're struggling, and we've got all these pressures, and there's a lot of negativity that we're all embroiled in. Now, we've talked about this chart, and the guy who did this, David Hawkins, he calibrated humanity around about 10 years ago, the last time, and he calibrated it. 78% of humanity was below the 200 mark, which means they're suffering or getting by. It's probably a bit better now because more people are raising the vibration. Okay, that's quite alarming because the system keeps us in sort of that fear, suffering. So we're just trying to get by. And of course, with the law of attraction, with this chart, which everything's based on, what your underlying vibration is, average vibration, is what you're putting out there, and you're attracting more of it. So when you're suffering, without realizing, you're attracting more into your life. Okay, so it's breaking free from that, feeling good. So of course, it's nice to go through the world feeling good, and you start attracting more on the same level. Okay, so that's the bad news, the way the world's wired. Now, if we go, use this on many of the habits. If we go to our mind, the conscious and subconscious, the conscious obviously wants the best quality of life possible. That goes without saying. But the problem is it's the subconscious that's being programmed by the world around us with all the negativity and fear and misery and the conditioning around us. It goes in here. Now your subconscious pretty much controls you. 95% of what your body does and everything around you comes from your subconscious. It's like a sponge, it just takes it all in. So if you, as we're basically living in a soup of negativity generally, if we don't correct that, we can just end up naturally attracting more negativity because that becomes a default setting. So what we're going to do here is override this by rewiring it, okay, which is it's quite fun stuff to do. Now the good news is we're all predisposed to feel good, okay, within our bodies, and we'll come to that shortly. Okay, now we've covered this in different videos, but I'll just recap because this is very important. How we think and feel creates our vibration. Okay, we're multi-dimensional beings trying to make the best of this journey on Earth. Now, our thoughts create a emotional state within our body, which then creates an electromagnetic vibration, which you're putting out into the universe, and it's a magnet, and it attracts like energy back. So circumstances, events on the same wavelength. So if we're suffering and just getting by, we attract more suffering and more getting by. If we can get up this chart into the good stuff, love, joy and peace, because that's what we all want, and prosperity and fulfillment and happiness, if we can resonate at that consistently, we bring all that back to us. Hence why we want to make this a priority to get in the habit of feeling good now. It's all about your feelings. Now, there's a tendency to think, okay, to look at the world around us and think, oh, I desire that, and I'll be really happy when I get that. But that's back to front. We have to do it the other way. We have to do it, go inside to create these states so it comes to us, rather than waiting for the government or the world around us to arrange itself the way we would want it. Okay, so it's sort of back to front. Now, an example I've given out on a previous video in the last week is if the world, let's say for the next 5 years, the first 5 people you spoke to every day gave you wonderful compliments. You're looking gorgeous, you're looking fantastic, oh, you're so positive, you're always upbeat. We will go through life bouncing because our subconscious will be programmed with positivity. It just makes us feel good and reinforces all the positive things that we want to hear. It will be wonderful. Now, that world's coming. It's coming down the line. But until that happens, we can't rely on the outside world. So we've got to do the inner work, which is build that state ourselves by doing the right habits to create it. So we're taking the negativity we all generally have from the world around us. So there's no judgment. It's just the way it is. And we're going to reprogram it to feel good. Okay, so then if we can feel good, love, joy and peace that we want as a default setting, and it takes practice, hence why everything is habits. At a certain point, it gets easier and easier and easier, and then we naturally start attracting everything we want into our lives. Okay, so what we're basically doing is going to rewire our brain to feel good. So the neurons in our brain, rather than having negativity, it automatically defaults to the positive. It just takes time for that inertia to get it better and better, and then it becomes a natural state of being. And it never ends. It's a continual thing. Hence why it's habits, so you do it forever, or as long as you want to feel good. If you get bored, you can obviously stop. Okay, need a bit of humour in all this. Now, what we're going to do, whereas I mentioned before, we're all predisposed to feel good in our bodies, the wire to feel good. I want to talk about the happiness chemicals. something we call dose. I want to give you a daily dose all day long, as much as you can take. Dose is the happiness chemicals, the main ones. There are others, but the main ones are dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphin, hence your daily dose. Lovely acronym. Dopamine, reward chemical, completing a task, doing self-care activities, eating food, celebrating little wins. Social media, that anticipation of social media, that's dopamine here. Oxytocin, the love hormone. Playing with a dog, playing with a baby, holding hands, hugging your family, giving compliments. When mums are giving birth, they get flooded with oxytocin to create that fantastic bond with the child. Serotonin, the mood stabilizer. Meditating, running, sun exposure, walking in nature, swimming, cycling. Okay. And then endorphins, the painkiller. Laughter, exercise, essential oils, watching dark comedy, dark chocolate, exercising. Just some examples. So they're the 4 that make us feel good. And our bodies secrete those when we do feel good activities. And that's what we're talking about. Okay, we do those, we feel good, we vibrate higher on here, and then we start attracting better circumstances. We do it enough and we start to overwrite the negativity, so we naturally become more positive. So with all the tools we're giving you so far, it's in your day-to-day life. If you're having a bad day or you're feeling a little bit negative, use the techniques we're giving you, deep breath, pull out of the energy so you don't get pulled down, and then use other tools to go up. To think you're always vibrating higher, always vibrating higher. It's always looking for that better feeling so you feel good now. Because when it comes to creating reality, you can't wait. The universe responds to what you're doing in the moment. So it's always take care of the inner world. Forget what the outside world's doing. It's always taking care of the inner world. Okay, so let's get practical. Now, within the program, we put this hat. This is my coffee stained copy of the happiness chemicals, the dose. We've also put in now what we call the emotional spiral, just to help you. Now, the emotional spiral, you can see there's a line through the middle. You've either got descending things which pull your energy down, or you've got ascending which push your energy up. Just to keep it very, very simple. Now, to give you an example, I'll read some out, like depression, worry, negative self-talk, failure, hatred, heartache, rejection, frustration, pull your energy down. Okay, quite obvious. And then on the top one, knowledge, service, freedom, happiness, security, belief, acceptance, empowerment, forgiveness, empathy, unconditional love, push your energy up. Okay, so this is very simple, this one. It's doing many activities a day that raise your energy and make you feel good. And with all these, all you've got to do is pay attention to your emotions. What are you feeling? Does it feel good? Do it. Does it feel bad? Pull out, stop doing it, and then go the other way. Do something, overwrite it with something that makes you feel good. So it's quite practical. I'm going to read a list out that we've put in the workbook. Now, something else to add. Now, in life, we tend to have all these wants. I want the flash car, the big house, the relationship, the business. Underlying everything we ever want is a feeling. The object's nice, but what we ultimately want is the way it will make us feel once we've got it. Okay, what is feeling? It's vibration. It's this. Everything we want is up here on this chart. It's to feel good in a lovely, fulfilled and happy state. Love, peace and joy. Okay, so it's all about feelings. Hence why this one is so important for our vibration. So let's get practical. Now, what the sort of things we're talking about doing is just day-to-day things. Eating good, nutritious food, habit 7, habit 10. Getting out in the sun and going for a walk in nature. Laugh regularly, a good belly laugh many times a day. Maybe a YouTube video that just makes you laugh. Any exercise you enjoy makes you feel better, habit 8. An orgasm or 2, habit 11. Can't help to feel good. Let go with EFT or Ho'oponopono, habit 14. Meditate, play uplifting music that fills you with joy. Come back to that, that's a big one, music. Play your favourite piece of music, well, just said that, I'll come back. Do some cooking, dance to music you love, play with your pets, do some gardening, do some rebounding, that's a mini trampoline. Dream building, create a vision board, something that inspires you. Have a massage, sauna or enjoyable treatment, have a spa day. Hug someone, hug everyone, do something creative, woodwork, pottery, visit nice local places, meet with friends for coffee and have a laugh. Watch the sunset, go to the beach, watch your comedy, pay compliments to everybody. treat yourself for no reason, do random acts of kindness, anything that makes you feel good. Okay, so weave this into your day and focus. You've got to feel good, vibrate high. Okay, practice makes it easier and easier and easier. Now let's talk about music. Now music is just vibration. Everything in the universe, if we look at it through a powerful enough microscope, is just oscillating. It's just energy moving. It has the illusion of being still. Okay, now music, of course, is just frequency. We all have bits of music that make us feel wonderful, that just make us, just enliven us and make us want to jump up and down and go and dance. Now, here's mine. I've got it. I'm going to play it, a YouTube clip. Hopefully it doesn't go to an advert. Now, just to get you to use this. So this is what we refer as your immediate mood enhancer. If you're having a bad day and you're struggling a little bit, play music. Now, we've all got one or two songs or maybe half a dozen songs that just immediately put us in a great mood. Okay, that's a very good way to stop the inertia. If things aren't going well, music can change your vibration instantly, and then you can change your day. Yeah, because it's pulling out of anything negative that's taking down that chart to get back into high state vibration. Now, here's my story around music. Mine, my go-to piece of music. Now, give you the backstory. When I joined the Air Force, I was part of the gymnastics team, gymnastics display team. We used to practice for many hours every week, and then mainly during the summer we'd go to air shows, festivals, things like the Royal Albert Hall, and we'd perform in the arena. Okay, so you train all week, set up the apparatus, you come into the arena, sometimes there are thousands of people there, and we would actually perform to popular military music. Okay, so you train all week, you're running on, big crowd looking at you, you're all lined up, and then the music starts. Now, in your body, you've got all this excitement, this sort of adrenaline, excitement and nerves, wonderful feeling, and then it ramps up as the music starts, the beat to trigger us to start the routine. Now I'm just going to play it, the piece of music for me. Hopefully the advert don't come on, and hopefully you can hear it on the camera. The Great Escape. Okay, now the association I have with that is it takes me back to when I was in this arena, thousands of people watching, we're all lined up. As soon as that music comes on, I got this big rush of adrenaline that feels wonderful. So when I hear the first few notes, The Great Escape, it puts me into a wonderful vibration. So any device, I can play that, laptop, phone. Now, if I can't, if I'm somewhere and I've got any device with me, I can whistle it. Puts me in a wonderful vibration. Now, if there's people around me thinking I'm not going to do that, I can play in my head. But just the first few notes make me feel wonderful. So it can snap me out of anything and get me on the right track. Here's another one. Obviously I'm going to play this because it might feel great. This is Radiohead, No Surprises. Now to me, there's just something magical about those first few notes where it just puts me in just a wonderful state. Okay, so we've all got it. Now I'm talking about those days when you're in nightclubs, in the disco, and the first few notes come on, you look at your mate, you think, this is our song, and then you're enthused, you want to both get up and dance. It's that one. So there's going to be 1, 2, there might be half a dozen or 10. So music is a very good way to enhance your mood and break your state and put you in a very positive vibration. Okay, right. Hopefully you've got all that. It all makes common sense. So this is about rewiring the subconscious with feel-good actions. Music is the big one, and it's very, very powerful to have around you to do that. So yeah, get it on your devices and sing it if you need to. Like I do, I'll play it in my head to put myself in a good vibration if events are just trying to pull me down. Okay, it's right. It's being conscious. Pull out of that energy. I'm not getting pulled down. I'm going the other way. I can go the other way. Right. Play the music in my head, whistle it, whatever. Right. Okay, I'm back on track. Again, practice. Practice makes perfect. And the more you do it, the more you rewire this into a more positive state. Okay, right. So to actually summarize this, now the action plan here, or the action steps that's in the guidebook, the very first one is, if you can, if you have the means, when you've got the guidebook, is to print off the emotional spiral, which you can see there. Okay, it's a very good visual reminder if you can stick it on the office wall. And the happiness chemicals, because that's what we want to create. That's what's happening in your body. Your body with the pathways, the neural pathways, neuropeptides, got them all there. This is what you trigger in that makes you feel good as these hit your bloodstream. So you want to trigger them as often as you can, feel good, your vibration goes up, and then you say to the universe, more of this, please. Okay, that's how it works. Think of that phrase. Whatever you're vibrating at any time, you're saying to the universe, more of this, please. So the universe will give you like energy. So events and circumstances that matches the energy you're putting out. Hence why we want to get you up this chart and reprogram your subconscious to be as feel good as possible. It's not necessarily positive, it's feel good. It's what you feel in your body. Okay? I've laboured the point enough through these videos. Okay, so yeah, print off these if you can and put them around. And our logo is purposely got this in it with a little sparkly at the top to think that's what you're aiming for. Feel good all the time, as high a vibration as you possibly can in every conscious moment. Second one is create an immediate mood enhancer. The music, like I use The Great Escape and others, that's my go-to. Continually focus on going up the spiral and feeling good. Make time every day for enjoyable activities that make you feel really good. Practice and smiling all day long just because you can. On habit 6, laughter, we put a video on there of a guy on a train laughing. He did an experiment. He was just reading a book on a train, laughing out loud. And it was being videoed, the whole carriage, to see what happened. And it's contagious laughter. It's wonderful. Find videos like that that just make you laugh, that if you're feeling down, you can stick them on. Stick them on your phone, on a device, and immediately raises your vibration. Okay, so you have these little tools around your music, funny videos that just will snap you out of it and raise it on the spot. Okay, right. That's there's no book recommendations with this one. So that's it for Habit 17, Feel Good Now. Tomorrow we're on a similar theme because 18 and 19 are all connected together on this theme of getting your energy as high as possible and feeling as wonderful as possible. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. If you can, if you're free and you can join us, we'd love to see you. So enjoy the rest of your evening and thank you for watching.